over to the next one, Pat Beverly. That's what I do want to talk about. We saw the trade that sent Pat Bev to the Lakers. What is your thoughts of that? Did you like the trade? Are you a fan of it? They gave up no picks, got themselves Patrick Beverly in exchange for Stanley Johnson and Talen Horton-Tucker, who I have said I had no faith in Talen Horton-Tucker. But what is your thoughts on that whole matter? I'll pull up the graphic right now.
I think this fits perfectly. I know we talked a little bit about this week, how Pat Bev isn't the best fit possible for a LeBron James team, but he is so much better than who they currently have viable. Like you're saying, I'm different with Talen, especially after I saw that 40-piecer. I had to get some ranch sauce from the fridge. I have a lot of faith in Talen. I think he's going to have a season like Kyle Kuzma this upcoming year, especially in Utah. I think Talen Horton-Tucker's career is about to ascend right now. But for, this man shooting, 27% from downtown. With LeBron James and the Lakers, Talen should have been traded a long time ago. He should have been traded by the deadline last season when it was apparent this guy, if you get to the playoffs, he's not really going to help. He's not going to be able to help you out that much as some other players would. And I'm looking at Pat Bev. Stanley Johnson, nice piece, but definitely expendable. I think this was a great trade for the Lakers. And, they do one more move similar to this. You still have your draft picks. You do another move similar to this. I don't know what that would really entail because you don't have too many tradable pieces. But this is a step in the right direction. I think that the Lakers, with what they were given in the offseason, I think that they've done an adequate job at least to just improve.
So for me, I think the interesting part about this Pat Bev trade is Pat Bev's obviously more reliable as a role player. We saw his shooting dip last year. The previous few years he shot 39%. Last year went down a little bit, but Beverly isn't the type of guy who's gonna break people down off the dribble and create for others. But he's smart, he's simple, he makes the right play, makes the right read. He has good basketball IQ, and he's able to guard multiple positions, even some wings. Now, the Lakers' guard rotation as of right now is Westbrook, Austin Reeves, Lonnie Walker, maybe Kendrick Nunn, and Beverly, which, she did not like that. Somebody just came in. But, giving up Talen Horton-Tucker, who is in 22, is, it didn't go great that he signed a 3-year, $30 million deal, and he hasn't been great. Now, for me, Talen Horton-Tucker wasn't going to do crap, and he didn't have any value. So having Pat Bev, I think, gives them, first and foremost, a perimeter defender, which they have been needing, okay? And the sense that a point of attack guy who's just going to, hound and pound the opposing guards on the opposing team. And I don't know why I said opposing twice. But in my eyes, that's a great deal and all, but let's talk about the Jazz, okay? Because we can talk about the Lakers all day, which we will.
Hold on. I got one statement here. Because,
okay, go for it.
It's not like we're kind of saying best fit. Matt is kind of saying this. Pat Bev, Westbrook, same team. But if you get rid of Westbrook and you get one of those other trades going, we got a completely different story here. Lowest field goal percentage allowed as closest defender last 5 seasons, minimum 2,000 field goals attempted. You want to know who's on that list, baby? Giannis Antetokounmpo, 41.3%. Patrick Beverly, 41.9%. Ben Simmons, 42.2%. Rudy Gobert, 42.5%. But ahead of him, Anthony Davis, 42.3%. So you could legitimately argue the Los Angeles Lakers have 2 of the best 4 defenders in the NBA.
Now, this is what I'm thinking. In a trade with the Pacers, okay, the Pacers are currently at $95 million, and $47 million would take them to about $142 million, which means they would have to shave $17 million. They could shave $17 million just by trading Buddy Hield, but why? We talked about this. They shouldn't trade for Miles Turner because they have Davis, Damian Jones, and Thomas Bryant.
You don't need to.
What about if they trade for Buddy Hield, TJ McConnell, and maybe ask for either Daniel Tice or like O'Shea Brissett or even Nick Stauskas or a combination of all those players. You don't addition, or are you just saying give me Buddy Hield and Miles Turner? I think
Buddy Hield, Miles Turner.
Maybe I would say if we give you 2 first-round picks and Russell Westbrook for Buddy Hield, Miles Turner, give me TJ McConnell as well. TJ McConnell, Buddy Hield, Miles Turner for Westbrook and 2 first-round picks.
If the Los Angeles Lakers made that trade, they're my finals pick.
I would agree with that because now they have McConnell, Beverly, Lonnie Walker, Nunn, Austin Reeves as their guard rotation. That's not bad, but yeah, and they could even move Nunn in another deal if they can. Maybe hit up like the Spurs and be like, "You want Kendrick Nunn for Josh Richardson?"
I would do something like that.
Or Doug McDermott.
I need a scorer, but yeah, exactly those two I would do 100%. Miles Turner, the whole thing is, if I'm the Lakers at this point with Russ, like it's almost like a steal that you were able to concoct a trade like that without giving up a first-round pick. If you're able to get those 3 players and, you're just throwing in Russ and 2 first-round picks, that's a lot of talent you're getting back. And yeah, maybe, Miles Turner isn't somebody the Lakers need, but he's somebody the Lakers would take.
What trade is better? Turner, Hield, and McConnell for Russell Westbrook and 2 first-round picks, or Jokic, Pirtle, Josh Richardson, Doug McDermott for Russell Westbrook and 2 first-round picks?
For health reasons, I'm probably doing that trade.
The Spurs trade?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jason Richardson, pretty healthy guy. Pirtle, super healthy guy. Doug McDermott, he did miss some time this year, but consistently good, and he's always hitting that 3 shot. Yeah, I would do that because both Buddy Hield and Miles Turner have missed a bunch of time due to injury.
Yeah, exactly. Miles, it's just, it's risky. I'm thinking the combination of Miles Turner and Thomas Bryant, maybe you get enough there. If Turner was a healthy Turner, and that for sure, you're looking at a good, solid, all-around player, but Jakob Poeltl is just as much.
Yeah, I like the idea of Jakob Poeltl. Now let's switch from the Lakers and let's look at this from the Jazz point of view. Let me tell you what I think about the Jazz. Who's the winner of this trade? I think, obviously we're going to go with the Lakers right now because the Jazz, we don't know like really what the picture is because they keep saying they're like, we're cool if Donovan Mitchell's still on the roster. But for me, so as for Horton Tucker, I think he's the type of guy that Danny Ainge likes, and player development was always something that the Utah Jazz have been praised for. They've developed really well, and they've kept most of the important guys like Alex Jensen and a few other guys on the coaching staff that were important for player development. And Horton Tucker is this, big old wing with long arms. He can put the ball on the floor, can dribble somewhat. It's really just shooting. And when he tries, he can be defensively good. So for him, he could at least become a decent rotational role player for them. But he could even develop into like a 4th guy for them. Stanley Johnson, I think you're just throwing him out there and hoping that he can yield productive results. But besides that, I look at this trade, I give a B to the Lakers and I give a B- to the Jazz because they got Horton Tucker, who's a guy who still has plenty of potential. He's just 22 years old. And Stanley Johnson's another guy that if he builds off of this past year, in the long term, he fits the type of player Danny Ainge likes, and you could probably lock him up long term cheap.
So I'm gonna give them both A+. I think this is in all around, this is a great trade for everybody involved. People forget Stanley Johnson, former 8th pick in the NBA, 2015 NBA draft. So
who was Stanley Johnson? It was the Pistons, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a filler.
Out of where?
Or a little bit less of a filler to me. Stanley Johnson, Arizona.
Whoa.
Right? So
I don't remember
Stanley
that.
Johnson, to me, as far as potential goes, I'm still hopeful for him. It's almost like a more proven Josh Jackson because Stanley can stay a little bit more healthy. Josh Jackson has had his Stanley's like a good defensive, like he's maybe just needs more of an opportunity at a consistent basis. But Talen Horton Tucker, aka Talen Horton Fucker, when he starts, man, he's just inefficient. That's the thing. He's giving you a steal and a half per game. He's giving you 13 and a half points. He's giving you 4 rebounds. He's giving you 3 assists. He can do everything you want him to do offensively. I think he just needs more of a solidified role on a team that doesn't have LeBron James. So if I'm the Utah Jazz right now, I am putting a lot of eggs in the Talen Horton Tucker basket, because that's a guy right there that the Lakers, they liked it. They gave him the money. Talen's shown plenty of flashes. It's just never been at a consistent level. It's never been at a consistent basis. And like I said, I think he's going to have a Kyle Kuzma season this next year.
So I think, obviously, yeah, I could see that really. And I just think both of them, especially if the Donovan Mitchell, trade does happen, Stanley Johnson, Talen Horton Tucker are going to be doing that, like do well.